ఇంట్లోనే
ఓ పిల్లడా.
Hello everyone. Hi Priyanka. Hey Safwan.
Hi.
Say hi. No. Hi.
Let's give a couple of more minutes and then we can get
5,
started.
6 minutes.
Hi, my name is Bhavit.
Hi Darsh.
Hello.
And what is the kid's name? Archana?
Bhavit.
Bhavit. Oh yeah. Remember from last week. Hi Bhavit. How are you?
Good.
How old are you?
6.
6. Okay. Fun age. I think we can get started. I will share my screen. Today's topic is about density, and we'll do a couple of cool experiments here. But before that, we'll just actually see what is density, and then we can jump into the experiment. Okay. Again, Priyanka, Bhavit, Darsh, and Safan. Safan, you are not on video, but it's fine. Today we are going to do 2 experiments, and I will let you know what we need in couple of minutes. Okay. Let me share my screen. My name is Satish, and I have Aadhya here, my daughter, and we will be helping with today's topic, density, and then also with the experiment. Okay, so everyone might have heard about the word density, but I mean, we'll see what it is actually in just a sec. So I think everyone here might have experienced some objects when we actually drop it in water, either in the lake or wherever you are, right? Some objects float and some objects sink. There is a reason why objects would float versus sink. And the reason why it happens is because, the object's weight at one place is more than, the surface density of the water. So there is a bit of more science there, but I mean, at the high level, what it is it's a measurement of how tightly a material is packed. Just like say if there's a coin, and the coin is actually made up of small metal pieces tied together, right? So that is having the tightness is more than something else, right? So that's why it will sink. And if we take something called something like sponge, right? The particles inside the sponge is very loosely connected, and hence it will try to float. So if you put things like different things in the water, right? Some float, some sink. The metal would sink, and then the sponge would float. So we'll do some cool things in the experiment here, but more on the technical terms, what is density is density is the measurement of how tightly a material is packed together, and all things are made up of something called molecules, like I mean the small particles called molecules. So okay, so I want to see here, I want to see everyone would participate. I want to see if you can tell me, does the following things sink or float? We'll go one by one here. Maybe, yeah, what is it?
This one you said popcorn, and the next one you said honey.
Okay. Okay, so everyone see my screen, right? So Darsh, can you tell me, does a metal spoon, does it float or sink in water?
Well, I mean, since the medicine might have a lot of mass, because mass is part of also the single foot system. A medicine, I think, has less mass, so I guess it might float. But it could also, I'm also saying it could sink because I don't know.
Yeah. So let me ask Bhavit. Bhavit, do you think a pencil would float or sink?
Sink.
It would sink? Okay, let's see in the next slide whether it will float or sink. Okay, just hold on tight with float or sink. Okay, and Safan, do you think that apple would float or sink?
Both.
Float. Okay. Priyanka, do you think how about a popcorn or ice cube? Both of them, I think, falls into the same category. What do you think? It will float?
Sink.
Float? Okay.
Sink. Popcorn,
Think?
float. Ice cube, sink. She
Okay.
said popcorn, float, ice cube, sink.
Think. Okay. Let's see. And then a paper piece. Darsh, you want to take it again?
For what, a ball cap?
No. A paper piece. The last one. Piece of paper.
Um, I think sink, cause
Think. Okay.
yeah,
Let's see
again,
here.
but less density.
Okay. So a metal spoon, because it is having metal and it is actually really hard, so it would sink. And then the bottle cap, it's actually float. No, and then the pencil would float, apple would float. I had popcorn here in the previous slide, but I mean, if I have honey, honey would sink and popcorn would float. Okay. And then the ice cube would float and the paper would float. So a lot of these things would float because the density of the materials here is less than water density, and hence they float. Okay.
Right, and it's also about like with this, it's also about mass. So the
Correct.
more mass
More mass. You're right.
an object has, the more likely it's gonna float. So anything loose, actually, something with less mass, it's more likely to float than something with more mass. So, for example, a pencil, you put a pencil and paper, or pencil and honey. Obviously, put the pencil in water and honey in water. Honey, honey is a substance. So,
Yeah.
honey has more uh molecules than pencil. Pencil has very less molecules. So anything that's usually less usually will more likely sink than something that has too much mass. So
Excellent. Yeah, that's right. Yeah, that's a good explanation, Darsh. Um, and moving on, these are the experiments. This is the first experiment we are going to do. It's more like a density tower. What we need for this, I mean, I will explain, but I want to first explain what we are going to do. And then you have pictures of what we are going to do here. Okay. So we are going to take 3 cups with little bit of water in them, like uh, you can take any transparent cups so that you can see later how does it looks like. And then we need 3 uh, you know the food colors that drops into that goes into each one of the cups. And then in the second step, we are going to add some salt onto 2 cups. First cup we can leave without without any salt, and then the second cup. Let me actually do it with a laser. 1 second. Okay, probably you will see now here. So the first cup without any salt, and then the second cup with 1 spoon salt, and then the third cup with a 2 spoons salt. Want to say? Okay. So that's the second step. And then what we are going to do is we are going to put the first the one with 2 spoons salt cup water into the cup slowly like this. And then we are going to put small pieces of paper. I mean, that is just to avoid mixing too fast. So what we want to do is we want to put a little bit of papers on top of the first one, and then we are going to put the other two. So the second one we are going to put is the 1 spoon salt solution, and then there's the third one is without any salt. I mean, please choose a food color so that we can see the distinction between here, and you'll see all the 3 liquids separated this way. the reason why it gets separated like this is now all the three liquids have three different densities, right? So that's why you'll see one would float over the other, and the highest density, which is actually the 2 spoons solution, will go down, and then followed by the 1 spoon, and then the lighter density is the water without no salt. So you will see this beautiful color density tower here. Okay. Any questions for the first experiment? Okay. And then the second experiment is very easy. It is very simple also. We just need 2 cups of water. One we'll put 2 spoons of salt, and then other no salt. And then if you have lemon or lime, you can use that in the 2 cups. The one with salt, it would float, and the one without salt, it would actually sink. The reason is again the density in the salt water is high. The salt water density is higher, and hence it makes the lime float. So those are the 2 experiments. Any questions before we start doing the first experiment here? Okay, I will stop sharing, and then Aadhya, are you ready with your cups? We need 3 cups, right? So we'll keep 3 cups here. And then we are going to put some water in each cup. Little bit is fine.
Thank you.
Okay. Food color, food color. So we are going to put
We're gonna put about a few drops of food color or 2 drops of food color in each cup, and then we're going to mix it.
Yeah. So the first one you are doing is, what is that? Purple. Okay. Just 1 drop. Yeah, just put 1 or 2 drops. That's enough. Okay.
And then we're gonna mix it.
Put this one out.
Now I'm gonna put orange.
What is the third color, Aadhya? Green?
Blue.
Green.
Blue screen.
Green. Okay. I'm mixing the first one, which is purple.
Okay.
Okay. Standard.
And I'm gonna do the third one, which is blue. Let's fuck.
Okay.
So
Under follow. Is everyone there? Oh yeah, I see Bhavit, you are doing. Oh, I see Priyanka too. Darsh, you are doing it or you're just watching?
I'm just gonna watch.
Okay, yeah, sounds good.
After I'll do it after, yeah.
Okay,
Yes.
yeah.
Yeah.
Sapan, how are you doing? Are you just watching or doing?
One thing I want to tell you guys about food coloring. One thing is that when you do something like this, it's also be careful because food coloring has a lot of chemicals in it, and if by mistake you're pinching, like it could go into your eyes. So right now it's okay with adult supervision. If you ever do it on your own, just be careful because yeah.
Good point, Darshan. Thank you. Yeah, food colors may have some chemicals and not really safe for going into eyes. So just be careful. No.
Now we're gonna add the salt for this purple one.
Mhm.
Right here, we're gonna put 2 spoons of salt.
Okay.
And then for the orange one here in the middle, you're just gonna put 1 spoon of salt. And then for the
Yeah.
and for this blue one, we're not gonna put any salt. So I'm gonna go back to the orange and purple and mix the salt. You have to mix a lot because the salt has to mix in with the water.
Okay. I think it is mixed well. So let me wait. Okay, the purple one is having 2 spoons of salt, and then the orange one has 1 spoon, and the green one has no salt. Okay. Okay. Wait. So the next step is to put the 2 spoons salt one into a empty cup. Okay.
And then you're gonna add a few pieces of paper in the 2 spoon salt that you poured in.
Yeah. Spread.
And you also have to spread them out. And then you're gonna take a funnel and a straw and then tape them together.
Yeah, you can see here, it's just a funnel and a straw. We just tape them together. This is just to pour the rest of the 2 liquids into the same cup. If you just do it without the funnel, sometimes the solution gets mixed. rapidly. This is the way that we can actually slowly do it. So. Okay, I'm going to add the second one on top of this one here. I put the second liquid, third liquid bit fast, and the solution got mixed on the top, but you can still see the colors here. The bottom one is the blue, and then the top one is kind of a green, the orange. Let me show here probably. So here is a blue, and then on the top is a kind of a green. So the density here, the water density is more for the blue. And then on the top is actually, it should come more like the three colors, but I put the third color little rapidly, and hence it became like this. But yeah, slowly drop the water so that it should not mix onto the bottom one.
Now, if you notice, I noticed that once you put those droplets in, the
Yeah.
color, the blue color that was there is now being evaporated by the black. So the
Right.
black is now taking over the blue a little bit, but that's because the black has more molecules in its color, so it's taking the blue molecules out.
Right. Yeah. Thanks, Darsh. Really well. And Safwan, I see you got a beautiful cover there with three colors. Awesome. Mm. And I see, Bhavit, I see colors there in your cup as well. Yeah, Priyanka, I see, I mean, multicolor there. I think a little bit mixed, just like me.
Oh, yes.
Yeah, but I mean, yeah, it requires a, no, slowly we have to do that. But I mean, sometimes it gets makes a little bit fast. But I mean, I see stuff on wonderful. Actually, looks beautiful there. Awesome.
Thank you. Thank you.
You're welcome. Yeah, this looks good. And I think the same theory goes for all of this. The salt water has more density and hence it settles down. And then the lighter, less salt solution goes in the middle, and then no salt goes on the top. So it's a, we use it every day. I mean, it's similar things, but I mean, there's a science behind it. So Thank you. Let me take a picture. This is beautiful. Okay. Okay. If everyone is good, then we can move on to the second experiment. Second experiment is simple. So we just need two limes or two lemons, and then 2 cups with water, one with salt and one without salt. So let me arrange those things right now. Okay, I'm just reusing the same cups. I have 2 cups here, and then I'm going to put water. We can put almost 3/4 cup. Yeah. So two spoons. Yeah.
Okay, now we're gonna add 2 spoons in 1 cup and no salt in the other cup. After you're done with that, you're gonna mix the water. Okay. Now you're go.
Wait, mute. Yeah. So here, this one is with salt, and this is without salt.
Okay. Now we're gonna put 1 lime or lemon in each of the cups, but drop them carefully. And in the no salt one, you can see that it has already synced. And in the 2 spoons one, it has floated.
That's because this has less density. This has more density. This has more molecules pulling the lime, right? This is less, this is salt. So one thing is water is also a molecule, it's also called H2O. So it's made of 2 hydrogen and 1 oxygen. So water itself has a pull. So you can imagine this is like a magnet. It's gonna pull because it's very more dense. It's gonna pull the lemon. This is less dense, so it's not gonna pull the lemon as easy as you think.
Yeah, exactly. Darsh, you have a really good understanding of how these things work. Really,
Yeah,
really great.
I'm familiar because I took a course in biology that taught us a
Uh-huh.
little bit. So yeah. I'm
That's
familiar.
excellent. Yeah, glad to be there in this class so that you can share your insights also.
Yeah,
Thank you.
thank you. Yeah, sure. And notice too, guys, you would now put both of these, even if you put them at the same time, same thing would happen. Same thing would happen. Doesn't matter how you would what
Mhm.
happens. It's all about density. Density is the exact measurement. You're going to obviously this is less dense, more dense, and more. Even though this we didn't put this salt in this, it's still water, still more plain water's density. This is with salt, so obviously salt's gonna dissolve in water, right? Because water has more molecules. So that since there's more salt, more molecules in water, salt's gonna dissolve, and that's why this lemon's out. So
Excellent, excellent. Exactly right. So I see, Bhavit, you have it done, right? I mean, that's great. And Priyanka, I see yours also. And Safwan, I don't know whether you have done it or not, but I mean, it's a very simple experiment. Either you can see or oh, I see you did it too. Great. Awesome.
Yeah, the plain saltless thing also is floating. Why?
Oh, okay. Saltless is also floating?
Yeah, this one, yeah.
Ah.
Maybe.
Because I
we
think
should-
lemon is very light, I guess. Wait.
Yeah, for me too, I had only one lemon. So first I put it in a saltless. It was floating there too, and this is a salted cup. But my yeah, also really big. So I don't know why it's not sinking.
Ah.
It was floating in both. Yeah.
It's for floating in both. Okay. I think it is
Yeah.
for Safan, it is sinking in both. Interesting. Okay.
For me, it's floating in both.
Ah, okay,
Yeah,
okay.
actually, it's floating on both
Oh,
because I
okay,
think
okay.
lemon density is low, I guess.
Looks like, yeah, I think, I mean, it depends on the type of, I mean, as Darsh was mentioning, right, the mass per, per unit is more, I think if lemon is light, I guess it is kind of floating, then it depends on the water density too, right? So in this particular case, when it is floating, the density for the lemon is lighter than water, looks like.
and you can do this with any object too. It doesn't just have to be lemon.
Yeah,
You
right.
can do
Yeah.
you can do any kind of object,
Mm-hmm.
and depending on as long as it's almost exactly the same density, you can do anything with that. And
Yeah.
really, if you can, if you guys ever get time, you've ever skipped, if you guys ever skip rocks, right?
Mm-hmm.
If you ever are outside, obviously right now it's cold, but
Mm-hmm.
maybe in spring, summertime, when you
Yeah.
guys throw the rocks across water, you're
Mm-hmm.
gonna notice similar things. If you use a lighter shade of rock, a lighter rock, it's easier to skip
Yeah.
rather than a harder rock, a more denser rock. It's not as easy to skip. So
Yeah, you're right. I mean, we can use any objects as long as it has got differential density. It will either float or sink, right? I mean, that's right. We don't have to use just what I mentioned, but I mean, it can be anything. We can try almost everything in our daily life. I mean, kids would learn, dropping things in the water and then see whether it would float or sink. Bhavit is actually trying with few things here. So definitely, I think next time when they do that, they would understand at least this is because of differential density. So those are the two experiments we planned for today. We'll actually do a couple of more experiments next week. And we are going to send what materials we need a couple of days for sure, and then be ready for that. But I mean, I hope everyone had fun learning here. And Adi, you want to say something? Okay. Yeah, so I mean, that's all for now. And if anyone has taken any pictures, just, I mean, you can post so that others can also see and get interested in science.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank
Thank
you.
you, everyone.
you.
Thanks,
Thanks a
Darsh.
lot.
Thanks, Pavit, Priyanka, Safan. Have a nice day.